that actually they're at loggerheads. And I think you reach a certain age and you think this may not be the most constructive way of doing things. And being a special needs teacher, for me, kids in Leicester learning to read was a key priority. And working in one school, you can do lots with the kids in the one school. But actually, a local authority can do things for all of the kids in all of the schools. So, you know how you sit in a pub, you know, and it gets to about 10:15 and you're having lots and lots of brilliant ideas. One of those brilliant ideas was that we do something to have a literacy crusade. And I did an article for Leicester Mercury about it, and then thought, well, that was nice, you know, they printed my article and nobody paid any attention. And so when the acting director of education, because we've had quite a few over the years, phoned me up and said, do you want to do something about literacy? I said, absolutely. And when he said, well, okay, let's meet in the Grand Hotel. It's not where I normally spend my time, but why not? And a partnership was born on the basis that we needed to convince the schools it was a good idea, that it wasn't something that was being imposed on them from above, you must do this, but it was literally us saying to schools, we want to enable you to help all of your kids to learn to read. To identify the kids who are at risk of not learning to read, provide them with additional resources, but in particular, provide them with access to books and promote the idea of reading for pleasure. And we got £1 million for the first year. We thought, well, this is staggering, you know, it'll last 1 year. But the council pledged to support the process. And it has been absolutely fantastic because the teachers in schools, the council have been absolutely committed to this. You go to head teachers and you say, what's the best thing we're doing? And most of them will say, whatever it takes, because it's real. It gives money to the school and it says, you've identified how you want to help your kids. You're buying books, you're buying different materials, you're paying for an author to come in and work with children. Whichever you identify in your school as being a successful way of doing it. And I think it's a credit to the City Council that they've actually embraced this and said, yes, this is a duty we have to all of our children. But it actually has changed also the way that the schools see each other. Because rather than seeing it, you know, and we're in a leafy suburb, therefore, you know, we don't have to worry about that poor school over there where all the kids come from deprived homes and they come and they've got very few social skills and they can't read, but we're okay with Ofsted so we don't care about them. They don't do that now. The schools actually care about each other. They see it as being a collective responsibility across the whole city that we together are going to get all of the kids reading. And I think that whatever it takes over the coming years is going to actually transform the learning of children in our schools. We're going to, fairly shortly, start to overtake the county in terms of the performance of our children because we have taken literacy seriously. If you look at this year's GCSE results, because I'm not joking about this, you will find 5 grades A to C in Leicester City and in the county, it's identical. Well, we will be overtaking them in due course because they don't take it seriously the way that we do. And I expect that in about 2 years' time, the DFE will be coming to Leicester and saying there's something remarkable happening in education in Leicester, something completely fantastic that we may have to look at. And we'll probably have to I don't know, grit our teeth and say, OK, we're going to have to talk to a Tory government and help them. But that's life, you know, Labour councils can advise Tory governments how to do things properly. Thank you ever so much. Whatever it takes is one of the greatest things the City Council has done in education at any time since it regained control in 1997. And I think that maybe Peter Soulsby, who is the new City Mayor and who was also a special needs teacher, probably could say a few words about that.